Really want team ten bing bang hot stuff show no one baba liba da one baba liba da baba liba da
And good eat what the what's going on here? We don't want that there, do we? What on earth's going on? What's going on? I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened there. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Good evening. Good evening. We've got a little clip of Dr. Evil, which is marvellous. Oh, that spoilt the little surprise for later, didn't it? Never mind. Anyway, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the results for this week's quiz. Week 8, the 8th week of our quiz. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Every week. Better each time. So I hope you've had a nice day. Again, I don't feel like I've done very much today. All I've done really is the results of the quiz, which didn't take me too long, and then I've just really wasted my day doing very little, I think, just pottering around. Popped out for a little bit, came back. Really, that's it. How's your day been? Answer on the postcard. If you can hear a child screaming, it's because my daughter is in the bath next door. So, good evening, Team Brighton. A few of you are checking in, which is nice to see. Thanks for stopping by. Obviously, the only reason you're stopping by, really, is not to see me or to chat to me, it's just to find out how well you did in the quiz last night. Now, I have to say, for some of you, it was a shocker. An absolute shocker. But for a number of you, it was the best you've ever done, and I was very impressed with your performance. I was very impressed with your performance face. Yeah, as you can see, it's the same as all my faces. So yeah, so should we crack on? Should we get on with the results? Shall we? Why not? Good evening, Baps & Co. Good evening, Tequila Mockingbird. Anyone else with us? Lee Sunlover says it's been busy there. Why has it been busy, Lee Sunlovers? What have you been up to? Been busy down on Leon Solent. You like my tango, Blenworth Beauties? Thank you very much. Actually, of the four of those, I preferred the two Latin dancers myself. The sambas, that cracking samba. I forgot how good that samba was. That was back in 2013. Michael and Lauren Homero. I noticed that Lauren did join the feed just after the samba had finished, unfortunately. So if you're still there, Lauren, you missed it. Unfortunately, it was the first video on. But you can watch this on catch up later. Of course, it'll be uploaded to our Facebook page, but it is on our YouTube page as well. All of the dances that we record, all the ones I show on here, are in fact on our YouTube page. So you don't have to miss it. You just have to find it. So better latter than ever. We are in the shocker category, not necessarily. Good evening to Hot to Foxtrot. Hello, Team GKN. Stompy Feet. Hello to you too, and a fine pair of shoulders. Evening. I'm looking brighter, as in what the light is better, or personally I look brighter. I'm not sure. Actually, this video doesn't look very good tonight at all. Actually, I don't know what's happened to it. If you mean as in I seem better in myself, then that's possibly the case, perhaps. But I'm just trying to be positive, really. Just trying to be positive. I don't really know why I'm looking a bit fuzzy. I don't understand. Yeah, I thought this camera was supposed to be good. Supposed to be. Oh. Hello, go on, go on, go on. That looks better, doesn't it? Okay, right. Let's get on with the quiz. Let's get on with the quiz results. Personally, yes, I am. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell myself to be a little bit more positive. Yeah, there's something wrong with this video because it's not in time with me, is it? There's a minuscule delay on that. I'm not happy about that. Ah, that's why. There we go. I've done it now. That should... No, it hasn't fixed it at all, has it? Oh, anyway. Anyway, as I said before, you're not here for me. You're here for the results. Right. Round 1. Blockbusters. So let's get on with these results. So now, what G is Africa's smallest independent state? It is, of course, I say of course, Gambia. Some of you said Ghana, Guyana, and all sorts of interesting answers, but it is Gambia, or the Gambia. What S is an instrument for measuring the altitude of celestial bodies? It is a sextant. We're not going to dwell on that, and we're not going to make any jokes about it. I am actually really annoyed by my video camera and why I am slightly delayed with you. It's very strange. Very strange. I'm going to deactivate and activate it again. But I'm still here. I'm still talking to you. You just can't see me. Question 3. What E is the legendary land of gold? Not Egypt, as some of you came up with. Not Ethiopia. Not Epping. It is El Dorado. El Dorado is the answer to that one. And most of you got that one right. Some of you did come up with some interesting answers. I don't quite know why my video's dodgy like that. Anyway, we'll carry on. Michael Hamira's just joined as well. You missed it, Michael. Your sample was first on, I'm afraid. But yeah, you can watch this later and watch yourself at the beginning. It was a tremendous samba, cracking samba. One of the best sambas we've ever had, actually. What B forms 1/14 of a man's body weight? Now, it is not your bottom. It's not your brain. It's not your anything else that begins with B, other than blood. I guess this is an average. I can't say that this is the same for everybody because, I don't know, is it the same? Has everyone got the same amount of blood in their body? Surely not. And of course, if you've got more blubber around your belly, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a scientist. I'm not working this out. These are just questions that I found, and I just put them on the screen. Don't blame me. What G is the drink made from pomegranates? It's not gin. It's grenadine. Okay. What O is an edible plant of the lily family? Not an orange either. Not an orange or an olic or something like that. Onyx. I can't remember what someone said. I couldn't even. To be honest, I should have looked it up what it was, but I don't even know what you said. It is an onion. An onion is from the lily family. What M was Britain's first Labour Prime Minister? A long time ago. MacDonald. Ramsay MacDonald. Not to be confused by the bloke with the golden arches, of course. What A was food of the Greek gods? Comes in a tin. Ambrosia. Creamed rice. Obviously. Or custard. What F are the Malvinas? They are, in fact, the Falkland Islands. That's what they call them. But we call them the Falkland. Well, we call them ours, don't we? Yeah. And what T is the art of hedge sculpture? Topiary. So there we go. That was your 10. So some people did exceptionally well in that round. So we had 1, 2... Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. My apologies. We had 1 that got 10 out of 10 in that round, which were Blendworth Beauties, you smarty pants peoples. But a number of you got 9s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you got 9 out of 10 on that one, and a few of you chose that as your Joker round as well. So you did rather well. So well done. A couple of people didn't do so well, but no one had less than a 5 actually, which, to be honest, that's pretty good going. Pretty good going. Pretty good. So round 2 was our come on down round. The Price is Right. So here we go. A Waitrose and Partners single cauliflower. How much? How much is it? £1.20. £1.20 for a single cauliflower. Standard size, apparently. They're grown in a box. So they only grow in, well, not a box, you know what I mean. I'm only joking. Evening, Michael. You missed it though, mate. You missed it. It was a tremendous samba. It was a cracking samba. But it's on our Dizzy Feet page, on the Dizzy Feet YouTube page, Dizzy Feet TV. Watch it. Christmas Party 2013. Watch it back. It's the best you've ever been, to be honest. Best you've ever been. 7 years ago. Me too, actually, on that particular night. It's the best I've ever been. But that was the end of my career. Centre Parks, a 3-night stay at Longley Centre Parks for 2 adults in a woodland lodge, 27th to 30th of December 2020. Was it A, £759? Was it B, £859? Or was it C, £959? Or was it D, too much, whatever you paid? It was A, £759. We went to Centre Parks at Christmas, just after Christmas last year. Some of you may remember. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's an awful lot of money for what you get, to be honest. And when you get there, you've got to pay for everything else as well. Nothing's included. Literally, your shelter is included. That's about it. Very nice time, though. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it does seem quite expensive. Next, on to a bottle of Dom Perignon 2008, which is Kelly and mine's favourite, actually. This is delicious stuff. Delicious. Was it £140, £160 or £180? It is £140 a bottle. Unless, of course, you've got some contacts. But typically it's £140 a bottle. Still a lot of money for a drink, of course. Tesco, every little helps. So if you were to go into Tesco's or online on Monday, if you were to go online to Tesco's website and purchase some washing pods, 36 of them would cost you £9. £9. Seems like a lot of money, doesn't it, to wash your clothes? And if your hair's a bit of a mess and you want to keep it in place, you can get some of this stuff from Boots, and it would set you back £2.99, £3.85 or £4.19. £4.19. It's a big bottle though. It's a big one. It's a lot of money for hairspray. I could do it at the moment. My hair's all over the place. I desperately need a haircut. And no, Kelly's not doing it. Highland Spring sparkling water, 8 times 500 mils. Was it £2.50? Was it £3? Was it £3.50? It was £2.50. Not bad. Cheap, really. Or you could just get some out of the tap and blow bubbles in it with a straw. Now, the most expensive thing on our list was a Hyundai Kona Hybrid. Was it 19,850? Was it 21,140? Or was it 23,160? It was £23,160 on the road price, standard price, base price, without any extras, which I still think is pretty reasonable for a hybrid. My brother's got one of those actually, and he says it's amazing. Bit of toothpaste now from Sainsbury's. Oral-B Pro Expert Professional Protection Toothpaste Clean Mint 95 mils. £2.59, £3.85 or £4.10. It's expensive, this toothpaste. £4.10. We don't have that. We don't buy that stuff. We buy one that's more expensive. We buy a special Colgate one for our teeth. Not that it's working very well at the moment. It's supposed to whiten them, but it doesn't. I haven't noticed the difference. Now, I really like this fridge. I would like it, but it's massive and it's completely pointless, really. All you need is a fridge just to keep things cold. You don't need one with a computer on the front. I mean, how much time are you spending in your kitchen, really? I mean, I suppose everyone uses the kitchen as the hub of the house often, and they go to it, but we haven't got the space. Some of you watch the lockdown workout, you'll see there's not a lot of space to do much in our kitchen, so having a fridge of that size would be pointless. Was it £1,899? Was it £2,599? Or was it £3,499? Well, for this price, I'd want it to do so much more than just keep things cold or frozen. £3,499. It's a big fridge freezer. It's a big one. But that's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money. And that was question 10. That was the last one. Oh, no, it wasn't. Double It Smiths. 48 colouring pencils. How much are these? Will you give me $8.99, $4.99, sorry, $4.99, $9.99 or $10.99 for them? Well, you're going to have to pay $10.99 for a packet of 48 colouring pencils. So, there we go. How did you get on? We're back to cauliflowers. We'll turn that off. So how did people get on? Now again, this round, for some, was really good. For some people, clearly you just don't go shopping very often. Or you just don't buy those sorts of things often. So we had a number... No one got 10 out of 10, incidentally, and no one used this as their joke around. And surely my daughter... Surely she's clean by now. Surely she's clean by now. She is making so much noise.
Ella, I've told her to be quiet. Ella, don't be so loud.
Just get her out of the bath.
She's having fun.
Sounds like it.
Have you finished? 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm sorry about that, everyone. Anyway, so yeah, no one got 10 out of 10 with that one, but so we did have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you get 2 out of 10. So perhaps, well, to be honest, like me, when I go shopping, I don't typically look at the prices. I just buy what I want to buy in the shop, and I don't really think about how much they're costing, because I just go to the shop and I pick up the things that I normally consume or eat. I understand, of course, everything that we had on that list wasn't just groceries, was it? It was other things as well. So anyway, but we had 2 9s and a couple of 8s as well, but the majority of that between 5, 6 and 7. And as I say, no one got maximum marks on that one at all. Yeah, so we've dropped some frames, haven't we, on this one? That's, yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. Dancing was great. It's been busy. I'm just looking at some comments that have come up. Sorry about that. Okay, lots of people were sailing and having picnics, fishing and flying kites, were they? Down on at Leon Solent today. Naughty little devils. Naughty fellas. They should be locked up indoors in their little boxes. Let's move on to the next round, which was round 3. Final call. This foxed a number of you, actually. So, round 3. Which airline is this? Now, the telltale giveaway here is that the country's flag is what the tailfin is. So that is South Africa. So if you knew your flags of the world, you'd know that was South African Airways. So that was South African Airways. And I was a bit specific with these ones as well, actually. So if you just said things, well, I'll get to it when I get there. But yeah, you have to be kind of specific. This one. Who is that one? Nice looking plane. Nice bit of artwork. That is Singapore Airlines. This one's been through a bit of a ripple effect. A regular sight across our skies. Not at the moment, of course. In many, many locations all over the country. That is, of course, Ryanair. That's Ryanair with their little harp. Who incidentally are going to be resuming flights, I believe, and everyone's going to have to wear a mask and asked to go to the toilet. Who's this with a great big kangaroo on their tail fin? Now this is Qantas. Australian Airways don't exist. Not as far as I know, Australian Airways don't exist. So it is Qantas. I appreciate they are from Australia, but they're not Australian Airways. It's Qantas. So that's the specificness. Is that a word? That's the specifics I was after. This one should have been easy. I think most of you got this one. It's a US flag on the back of the tail fin. It's American Airways. I do like their planes. They do look nice. The colour scheme and everything. I like that. It looks very sleek. Again, most of you got this one as well. It's a maple leaf on the tail fin. So a maple leaf. What does that conjure up? Thoughts? Not Ethiopian Airways, as someone said. Air Canada. The maple leaf is their national symbol, isn't it? And I think, again, everyone got this one. It wasn't the British Red Cross. They don't have their own big planes like that. It was, of course, Swiss Air. Now, this is another one, intriguing one. A four-leaf, well, it's a clover, isn't it, on the back? Now, which country has clovers? Typically Ireland, but it isn't Irish Airways. It is Aer Lingus. That's what I was after. Aer Lingus. And this is not Pepsi Airways, although that did make me laugh a lot. Okay. Two people said Pepsi Airways, which I thought was quite particularly funny. But no, it wasn't Pepsi Airways. It was Korean Air. Korean Air, which I'd never even realised that it was the same logo, pretty much, as Pepsi. So that's what made me laugh. Anyway, and the final one, this was Lufthansa with their new livery or livery, whatever you call it. I think it looks very nice, actually. Very nice. Tremendous airline. In fact, one of the best. Little fun fact, this was the image that didn't have the bottom. So that last little portion... Hang on, where are we? That last... Hang on, I can't do it. I'd be no good as a weatherman. That last bit along there didn't exist. So I had to make the picture bigger to fit the format of the little box there. And so Photoshop created those clouds for me, which I thought was amazing. I didn't know it could do that, and you really couldn't necessarily tell. Maybe on the corner down over there, it's a little bit just up. Hang on, just there a little bit, that little bit there, a little bit maybe, but the rest look natural, don't they? It's amazing. You can't believe anything you see, can you? You can't believe anything. I'm not really here. This is a figment of your imagination. I'm made up. Anyway, so let's see how you... Oh, I keep moving the wrong one when I do that. I just want to move that to the side. So all creatures great and small for round 4. So how do we get on in that round? So round 3, some of you really know your planes. I was very impressed. No one used that. So we had a few people who asked... two people who had that as their joker round. But no one got maximum marks and a joker. So, but we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you get 10 out of 10 on that round, which was very good indeed. So I was very impressed, actually. And the lowest we got was a 5, actually, which was pretty good. Oh, a 4. We did get a 4 on that round as well. So some of them were quite easy, weren't they? Some of them were quite easy to guess. But yeah, well done. We did have a 16 there, though, from Brecon Beacons. They used that as their joker round, so they did quite well. But we had 10 out of 10 from Agatha Quizty, Fine Pair of Shoulders, Imanur, Rush In, Stompy Feet, and Team GKN. Oh, and Too Hot to Foxtrot all got 10 out of 10 on that round. So well done, all of you. So moving on to round 4, which is our all creatures great and small. Where is the heart of a shrimp located? Not in San Francisco either. It was in its head. Yes, heart's in its head. How many noses do slugs have? Now, there was a bit of a bone of contention. Someone said they don't have any. Well, they don't have a physical nose like we've got, but a nose, the use of a nose, what we use a nose for, is for breathing and for smells and that sort of thing. And the equivalent on a slug, well, the slug has the equivalent of 4 of them. So there we go. Slugs have 4 noses. How do they smell? There's a joke there, isn't there? But I'm not very good at jokes. What is the only land animal that can't jump along with white men? It is, of course, the elephant. Elephant. What is a rhino's horn made of? Well, a rhino's horn isn't like a elephant's horn. It's not made of ivory. It is made of keratin, which is the basis of hair and nails, essentially. So it's basically like a big nail. So what I don't understand with these poachers that kill them to steal their horns, because what I believe actually they grow back. Because when we went to South Africa, they'd taken the horns off of their rhinos to stop poachers from coming to get them, because they grow back. So it doesn't make any sense, does it? Doesn't make any sense. It's pointless. Anyway, why are you stealing it anyway? It's crazy. Leave the poor fellas alone. How long does the Red Sea urchin live for? 200 very wet and soggy years. Who'd want? Just mental, isn't it? 200 years in the bottom of the sea, or in a coral reef or whatever. Crazy. Can't be much fun, can it? What is the one thing an ant can't do? Again, a bit of bone of contention, because one person argued that they can actually do all of these. Well, not as we know it. They definitely can walk backwards and they definitely can defecate, but they don't sleep in the way that we understand sleep. They have a rest period or so, but they don't sleep. They just rest. So there we go. Sleep. How long is an elephant pregnant for? Most of you got this one right. 2 arduous years. Can you imagine that? Those of you that have carried babies to 9 months. Some of you may have done it slightly less than that, perhaps, or even slightly longer. But can you imagine that for 2 years? Whew, crazy. And then delivering something that's bigger than an elephant. How many brains does the octopus have? 9. Now, I understand it. It's got 1 in its head and then 1 in each of its tentacles as well. So it can be all... Well, if you think about it, if you had that many limbs, you'd need lots of brains, wouldn't you, to control them all? How would you do it with 1 little brain? It'd be crazy. So 8. 8 plus 1. 9. How do prairie dogs say hello? Well, prairie dogs are lovely little fellas, and I'm sure they can wink, and I'm sure they can make greeting noises, but they actually say hello by kissing. Isn't that lovely? Just like Italians. That's generally how Italians say hello. And goodbye. And the colossal squid, clue there in the title, colossal, can grow to be the size of what? A grown man, a bus, or an elephant? It is, in fact, a bus. That is monstrous, isn't it? That's an enormous thing. And that is the basis of all of these old tales of sea creatures coming up and attacking old ships and that sort of thing. I'm sure, though, if it's the size of a bus, I mean, if you think about it, you sail past one, and it's hungry or something, I don't know, or thinks you're, I don't know, something to eat, puts up a tentacle. I mean, I'm sure it's quite easy to say that it was the size of, I don't know, 10 times bigger than it actually was, because you know what these things are like. But yeah, there we go. So that was round 4. Now, there were 2 bonus points in round 4 as well. The first bonus point was how many never-ending story films have there been? There have been, in fact, 3 never-ending story films. The first one was pretty good. Second one was pants. And the third one was pantless, even worse than that. Shocking. A shocking state of affairs, apparently. Not seen 2 or 3, but read some reviews. Not very good. And someone's about to say goodnight to me, I think. Hello, darling. Have you had a bath? Can I have a kiss goodnight, please?
I'm not going to bed yet, but
What's the matter? Why are you so grumpy?
because I don't want to.
You don't want to what?
Want to.
You don't want to what? Well, go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Darling, it's 20 to 9. And you've got another busy day of school tomorrow, haven't you? I know, it's shocking, isn't it? This learning lark is shocking. You're doing so well though, aren't you?
I'm not.
Would you rather be a television presenter with Daddy?
No.
No? Would you rather just play the horse game all day?
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought you would. I
And
guess-
play on my tablet. all
and play
day.
the tablet. Okay, well you haven't had your tablet in a long time, have you?
And it's only the 7th day.
7th day of not having it? Hmm. You're doing very well, aren't you?
Mhm. But
Yeah.
not very well with the work.
Not very well with the work. Why? What's wrong with the work?
I don't want to do it.
Why don't you want to do it?
I do.
Okay, do you know what you need to do?
Brush your teeth.
Go and brush your teeth and brush your hair. Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. Can I have a kiss, please? Good night. Say good night, world.
Good night, everybody who's invisible. Good night.
Yeah, you can't see them, can you? Off you go. Oh, don't pull me over. Oh, get off.
Ella, sweetheart.
Right, go on, off you go. So the first bonus point was for Never-Ending Story. How many were there? There were 3. And Agatha Christie, Car Dancers, Imina, Rushin and Team GKN all got that correct. And there was one other bonus point, that little silly dance that I did to guess where that was from. Only one team got that right, and that was Agatha Christie, and it was this silly little thing that unfortunately I had at the beginning and I forgot to switch it off. But it was this little dance from Austin Powers,
With it.
Man of Mystery.
I'm hip.
Yeah, there we go. That was it. So, well done. Well done, Agatha Christie. So you did exceptionally well in that particular round because I think you had that as your bonus round as well. So round 4, yeah, bonus round. You got all 10 of the questions correct, and you got 2 bonus points. You got 22 points in that round. So that's the highest score to date, I think, in a bonus in any round. And also, Imina did tremendously well too. You got 21, so you got all of the questions correct and 1 of the bonus points, but you didn't get the Austin Powers one. But a few of you also got 10 out of 10 there. So you've got Motivated, got 10 out of 10. No, you didn't. Sorry, no, you got you used that as your bonus round, didn't you? So you got a double there. You got 5, I'm afraid. Paul DeBeck and Kelly Bogue, you got 10 out of 10. No, you didn't. You got that as a bonus round as well. There's me making a mistake here. I'm so sorry. Get you all excited. Hungry Hawks got 18 though, and so did Too Hot to Foxtrot, and also Fine Pair of Shoulders did quite well there as well. So, but those of you that didn't use it as a bonus round, some of you got quite a few 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 out of 10s, and a couple of 8s as well. So, yeah, well done. Particularly well done to Imina and Agatha Christie for getting such high scores on that round. So, to the last round, quickfire knowledge. How do we get on? So, who was the Prince of Denmark? It was Hamlet. He was the Prince of Denmark. Which of the sciences is regarded as the oldest? And it is astronomy. They've been doing that for donkey's years. At least from, 1973 or something like that. Who is the author of A Brief History of Time? Was it Albert Einstein or Stephen Hawking? It was Stephen Hawking. Davy Jones was a singer with which popular 60s group? Was it the Monkees or the Beach Boys? Oh, we had this question a little while ago. Not this question, but we had the Monkees as one of the questions, didn't we? So, Davy Jones, I think, was the English one, wasn't he? He was from the Monkees. And in 1944, Iceland gained independence from which country? It was Denmark. I find it quite strange that Denmark were in control of Iceland. Yeah. In which country would you find the Angel Falls? I've not been there. I've been to one in the Caribbean, which is very high as well, but not as high as the ones in Venezuela, which are almost a kilometre high. That's just impossible to imagine, isn't it? 800 and something, 800 or 900 and something metres high. Crazy. Very high indeed. How many pieces does a player start with in a game of chess? It is 16 pieces. You finish with significantly less, but you start with 16. Which Western group or artist was the first to play in the old USSR? Well, the Beatles have never played in the USSR or Russia. It was Elton John, 1973, I think. No, 79. 79. In the 70s. The Beatles never went there. And their music was banned, wasn't it, I think? I believe. Which country is the world's largest producer of wool? Tricky one, this, because both of them are relative. They're close countries to each other, of course. They both produce lamb. But it was Australia. And finally, who was the first player to score 100 goals in the English Premier League? It was not Ian Wright. It was Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer. And he did it in 124 games, which is a record yet to be broken. But he was the first to get 100 goals, and he has done it quicker than anyone else as well. So he did it in 124 games, and no one's come close to that yet. Anyway, so that was round 5 and the 5th round of 5. So all of the rounds done. So how did we get on in that one? Well, no one got 10 out of 10, but we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people get 9 out of 10. The lowest we had was a 3. Yeah, we had a 3 there. And a couple of 5s. And a couple of 6s. And another 5 and some 7s. No 8s, oddly enough. No 8s at all. There we go. So that's how it all panned out. And I'm sure you're desperate to see the leaderboard, aren't you? Well, let me show you. So this is how the leaderboard stands after 8 weeks of quiz. And as you can see, the wise guys have been knocked off top spots after having a particularly bad round for them this week. As they said themselves, they had a bit of a shocker. They did a bit of a Leeds Football Club and capitulated and dropped down a little bit. So Team GKN did ever so well. They were second on the night and jumped ahead by 6 points. So quite a swing. They've done quite well there. So Car Dancers have established themselves in 3rd place again, just in front of the Blenworth Beauties, but only by half a point. As both of them got the same point, so it's remained as it was for those two from last week. Agatha Quisdy, well, you did ever so well, and you've jumped up a couple of places, or 1 place, I think, to 5th by getting top marks in that round this week. So 54. So you were joint first with Imanur. Now Imanur somehow have come out of nowhere right up to 8th. So you're doing ever so well. Really, really good indeed. And Brecon Beacon's a return to form slightly for you, with and Tequila Mockingbird actually another return to form. So 2 good weeks for both of you actually. 47.5, 51 points, and 44 and 47. And down at the bottom there, well, Motivated is of those that have done the most. Motivated is still the strongest of the teams by propping all of those above up as well. Obviously, we do have a few more teams at the bottom there that haven't taken part in as many quizzes as yet. But we've still got time. We've got at least another 2 weeks of this. So we're going to get to 10 weeks of quiz. We may even get a bit further than that. If there's an opportunity for me to get back to work, it's not possible. It's possible, of course, that I might not have as much time to prepare this. Although, I don't know, I might be able to do it. And if anyone's got a desolate building in the middle of nowhere that would let me go and teach in, I'd be very appreciative of some information about that. So, and just as another bit of interest, the change of positions. So we can see someone's doing some drilling or something outside. I don't know if you can hear that drone. Maybe it's a drone. Yeah. Anyway, so obviously this is in alphabetical order, so we can see Agatha Christie. So you've done very well there indeed. That's the first time you've won a week, and along with Imanur as well. So you started off in a bit of mid-table mediocrity in Imanur. So 13th, 17th, 15th, 10th, and then up to 5th, 11th, and then 6th and 1st. So it's finishing strongly. A strong finish to the end of these lockdown quizzes. So Team GKN again, pretty consistent 3rd. So still up there at the top. Yeah, so there we go. So just out of interest, isn't it? It's always interesting to see how you're getting on each week. So there we go. Oh, it's come back again. Why does that come back? That's very strange. Oh, I know why. Yeah, doesn't matter now anyway. Anyway, there we go. That was the quiz. That was the quiz results. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking part. Thank you for having fun with it all. I hope you are still enjoying it. I am. At least you're consistent. Yes, you are motivated. Yes, you are consistent. Yeah, very consistent. One of these days, we'll have a round that you're good at. You know all the answers. But you are on your own. Obviously, you're playing on your own, of course. So, workout tomorrow morning with me, 10:30, regular place, regular time. And don't forget, tomorrow evening at 6:30, we've got our pre-dinner drinks, as we always do every Friday. I don't think we'll be outside. It was too difficult last week, caused a few problems, so I think we'll do it inside tomorrow, even if the weather's blisteringly hot, which I don't think it's going to be anyway. So we'll be in the office, back inside, to have a little chat with you about all things dancing or not. Come up with some questions, have a little think about what you'd like to ask us, because sometimes it's better for us than just to waffle. If you've got something you'd like to ask us and we can answer. Yes. You're welcome, Team Brighton. Thanks for your support. And I have taken on board, some of you have written some lovely things about our workouts in the morning and how it's benefited you and how you feel after them. And if, with your permission, I think you by sending it to me, you've given me the permission. I'm going to collate those and use them in some sort of testimonial for the workout that we've been doing, which will be nice. Thank you very much indeed. So, yes, stay safe, stay healthy, stay dizzy feet, please, everyone, and have a great rest of the evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully see you in the morning and then for pre-dinner drinks in the evening. And so thanks very much. Take care, and I'll see you all very, very soon, I'm sure. I'm just setting up the last bit. I forgot to do it. But we've got a little bit on the way out. You know, the regular little sign-off now, which eventually I'll get used to doing all this. Normally, with these sort of things, there's another person preparing all these things, and the presenter just has to present. So it's easy. But no, not for me. And I've lost it now. I don't know where I'm looking. Here we yes. Yes, there we go. So yeah, here we go. The last little bit, the little video ending, doesn't mean anything. You can go now if you want, or you can stay and watch it. It doesn't matter. It's just information. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.